I think that's a big thing that you just pointed out there, because I too have been following your journey, and we follow, I think, each other's journeys a lot. When it comes down to it, for anyone wanting to leave education, they need to understand that they will fail. It's that a lot of times we can bright side people, I think, by accident, going, hey, this is going to be great, or this will be awesome. You'll have less stress. You'll feel better at it once you leave teaching. And yes, that's absolutely true. I mean, clearly, but at the same time, hey, you're going to fail, because it's going to take time. And I always tell any transitioning teacher that unless you get really lucky, it's at least 6 to 12 months looking for a new job once you leave the classroom, whatever you end up going into. I mean, hey, it could be way less than that. It could be way more, but that's kind of the general timeline. And a lot of times that first job you find, you won't stay in it, whatever it is. I know, like, Kayla, I know you said that you just recently left your most recent position. My first one wasn't fantastic either. I mean, it was fine, but again, I didn't enjoy it incredibly. It wasn't great. I'm in a much better place now, in a better position, but my first one wasn't awesome either, and I definitely struggled at times. We just need to keep that in mind as we move forward, that network, talk to people who are good at things that you want to do, get upskilling, do all the things that you need to do in order to get there. What kind of things did you do, David?
Well, for me, I mean, I actually, Kayla, it's funny. I sent it to you the other day. I don't even like to say this because it's probably what's keeping me from getting a job on LinkedIn and some of the stuff that I do, but I don't want to work for somebody. It's the kind of thing that I will do that short term. I will take contract work. I will do what it takes to get by, to pay my bills and to make it work until I can get my business off the ground, because I really want to run a media company. And I'm doing it now. I have people I work with. I make films. A lot of things that are in the works now that I can't talk about, but if they do happen, I'll mention them. And there's a lot of things going on in the background, but nothing's really like clicked yet, where it's hit, where it's like, oh, that's the thing I can do. I've been looking for writing jobs. Like you, I was an English teacher, and that's where my skill set is. I don't want to teach anymore. I was really looking into like learning development and corporate training. I've done corporate training before, and it really was fun. I don't see myself there. I kind of see myself in my office writing and trying to explore that a little more. I don't know. Sometimes I think I'm insane trying to do this. I don't know.
I think
what
a
I
big
mean?
thing here is that no matter what you decide to do once you leave education, I can guarantee anything anyone chooses will have some kind of creative component to it.
Yes.
That is, I think, the one commonality. Because, I mean, there's a billion different things teachers go into. Yeah, corporate training, like me, instructional design, there's project management. Who knows? There's so many different things you can do that teachers commonly go into. But when it comes down to it, all of those share the same commonality, that there's creativity to them, that a lot of us lacked in education, that we felt that at a certain point we kind of stagnated, that we weren't able to really do new things or try new things in the classroom because of the restraints placed upon us. And whatever you decide to do, you're going to find yourself being more creative. Like David, you're, being able to be your own boss, making films or doing other stuff like this.
I hope so.
We both started this podcast. It's a big new creative endeavor. I love making things. It's video editing, all these other kind of things I do now, which is just great. How much more creative are you now, Kayla?
Well, it's interesting that you say that, because I pivoted to project management and I was a program coordinator. And I don't even think that, I guess you could call it creativity. I was building systems. I helped to build a project management system through a software, but it wasn't the kind of creativity that I was looking for. Right. I feel like this journey, I've been kind of able to get back pieces of myself that I had lost through teaching. I'm now able to see, and the role that I had gave me a lot of clarity of pieces that were missing, of things that I wanted. I wanted to be able to collaborate. I was working with just 2 other people. And so that was a big piece that was missing. I missed being in front of people and, getting to present something that I had created and developed. And so I feel like maybe it wasn't as creative as I wanted, but I'm getting to see what I want to do in regards to creativity.
That's great, though, because you're finding your way.